Hey, what's going on, guys? So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about a couple of paintings that I've done and what they mean to me and just about painting in general. If you didn't know, you do now. I do paint. It's rare. It's not something I consistently do. I probably have painted one or two paintings a year. I started in 2015. At some point, I just said to myself, hey, I'd like to start painting. And so I bought just a really cheap set of acrylic paints and some cheap paintbrushes and just went to town. I think a couple years ago, I posted a video of me showing a painting of Gus that I did that I was very proud of. It's actually hanging on the wall, about 20 feet to the right of the camera right now. And that video is still up, I believe, if you wanted to see that. But yeah, I mean, it's something I really enjoy doing. It's extremely relaxing. It becomes a time issue. I have so many things that I do. It's hard to dedicate a couple hours just to something like that. But I've painted maybe 2 or 3 times with my wife, which is wonderful to sit down together and put some music on or a movie in the background or something and just hang out and paint and laugh, and it was really, really enjoyable. The most recent one was this bass that's in the background here. And I posted a picture of this on Instagram, but then realized I never made a video on YouTube, so that's why I'm making the video today to share with all you guys who don't follow me on Instagram. But yeah, it was, let's see, December, I think, late December, yep, right before Christmas of last year. Just really jonesing to go fishing and stuff, and I was thinking about it a lot, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to paint a picture of a bass, which I did. And at the very end, I decided to throw the lure in. That was not there before, and because I wanted to give this some kind of scale, because you couldn't really tell from the painting if it was a really big bass or just, kind of an average sized bass, a little 1-pounder. And when I drew the jig here, I made it too big on accident. So I wanted to throw something purposely to give it scale, and I really scaled it down. So in other words, if this jig was life size or real size, or what it actually would be, that makes this whole bass like literally a little bit smaller than my hand, which wasn't what I was going for. So maybe a mistake in the end, but I still like it. It's a picture of a bass. It looks like a fish. It's not professional, but I had a lot of fun doing it. And yeah, so I'd share with you guys. It is a little bit bigger. When I first started painting, I was doing these small ones. Here's a real close-up shot of Gus. I had a picture of him that I was looking at, and I liked it. And I thought it'd be kind of artsy to zoom in basically on the photo instead of having a full picture of him. And yeah, it's whatever. To me, it means something. I remember when I was sitting down and doing this, and of course, I love Gus to death, so it means something to me. But overall, as a picture, it's just kind of like, what? For some people, anyway. And then, of course, it's a no-brainer. I love Christmas, and I think this is, 2015. Right around Christmas time, I decided to do a picture of Santa. And I think this is actually one of the best paintings I've ever done. It's hard to do human features, at least for me anyway, and same with Gus too. It's hard to capture that as Gus, as opposed to just being any old dog. It's all in the eye for Gus. I mean, that's Gus's eye. The rest could have been anything, but I thought the Santa picture came out pretty decent. I like it a lot. So yeah, these are just some of my paintings. I like to branch out in the future. I like to do much larger paintings. I like to do some watercolor. I never painted watercolor before, or oil painting. These are just cheap acrylic paints. I'm talking like I have 15 or 20 bucks invested in my paint set, and at this point it's kind of drying up anyway. But yeah, I've always been into art. I'm assuming that if I ever hit the lottery or something, that I would probably get some art piece, some actual, art pieces. My wife is into art more than I am. Like, she knows a lot about actual art. She's a big Vermeer fan, and for Christmas this year I got her a print of the Milkmaid. Which is one of his more popular paintings, but it's pretty cool. I mean, she really loves it. It means more to her. Like I said, she knows about art. She's more educated in real art. You know what I mean? For me, I'm like everyone else. I've heard of Picasso. I know a couple, Dali paintings, stuff like that, like just mainstream stuff. But she knows a lot of the, intricate things and a little bit more about it than I do. But she likes painting too. Same deal. Maybe one day I'll do a video showing her paintings. She has one painting that we joke around about all the time. It's called Man with Dog, and she painted this little dude with this dog, and it's a very kind of abstract painting, and it's one of those things where you look at, and it took her all like 15 or 20 minutes, and she kind of did it as a goof, but we framed it up, and it looks like a very expensive painting. You know what I mean? Like, do you ever go into an art gallery or something and see a painting and think like, wow, I could have done that, you know? And sometimes those are the most expensive paintings out there. It's not so much about the actual, I don't know, the detail, you know, of the painting as it is the expression or what it's supposed to, you know, say. And obviously it is very subjective. Some people, you know, look at a red square on, you know, painting and they're like, wow, that's the meaning of life and death. And other people go, no, that's just a square. So as far as art is concerned, either you get it or you don't, but it's not so black and white either. You know what I mean? Because I look at some famous artworks and think like, why? Why is that famous? You know, but it's just, I don't know. Maybe I don't know much about it. Just my opinion. But again, art is extremely subjective where, you know, a bunch of people can say, yeah, this is a famous art piece and you don't like it at all. And then something else that's worthless is wonderful to you. You know what I mean? So it takes all kinds, all different types of art as far as painting is concerned. But anyway, just thought I'd touch upon this a little bit. I'd like to paint more in the future. I'd like to do, I don't know, like I've done landscaping, and landscape painting to me is kind of, it's a little blah. It's a little bland, you know what I mean? I like subjects, you know, like obviously Gus is an awesome subject. I love fishing, so the fish, you know, made sense. Obviously, I'm, you know, big Christmas guy, so painting Santa was cool. I like different stuff like that. So maybe I'll branch out more in the future and do some more paintings. If I ever, you know, get a couple more going, I'll share that with you guys way down the line. But I think in the summertime, I can just picture myself sitting down outside on a beautiful day with no wind and just enjoying painting. You know what I mean? It's just always about time. It's hard to find the time for stuff like that. So I'm curious, let me know down in the comments what you guys are into as far as like artsy stuff, or if you're crafty with things. You know, do you sculpt? Do you do pottery? You know, do you do handmade jewelry, painting, drawing? Who knows? There's so many different things out there you could do to be creative and artistic. You know, I always thought I was a little artistic, you know, and I could do a lot of different things, but again, it's just time and money. As far as like painting, like every other hobby, I can sink hundreds, if not thousands of dollars into painting equipment and gear and all that kind of stuff. I have no interest in it. I love doing it at a very amateur level. There's no pressure there. You know what I mean? I have 15 bucks invested in this in a couple hours. But I like doing it, and I would like to do it more in the future. You know what I mean? So anyway, that's all. Just, you know, sharing a random thing about me. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon. Take care.